Hello, hello. Welcome back to Peak Northwest, an outdoors and travel podcast by the Oregonian and Oregon Live, dedicated to the adventure and exploration of our beautiful Pacific Northwest. I'm Jamie Hale.
And I'm Kiara Profena. Together we take you to some of the most beautiful and interesting destinations in our region, discussing where to go, what to do, and places to see. And today we're taking a ride on some of Oregon's most festive holiday trains.
Yeah, that's right. Whether you're a Polar Express junkie or you just love old trains, Oregon's holiday train rides are among the most exciting ways to celebrate the season. And I really can't overstate how popular these trains are. People love holiday trains.
It gets you in the spirit, I can imagine.
Yeah. You've got, typically, I think in every single holiday train, you've got the decorations, you've got the Santa, you've got the hot cocoa, you've got probably hot apple cider, I'm guessing, the candy canes, all the things. It's just like, it is like just, going into, there's people who have like really decorate their house.
Yes.
It is like that, but it's on an old train that is moving through some beautiful scenery. That's pretty cool.
It just kind of seems like fun, cozy, a good way to pass the time. Very entertaining too. It seems like there's a lot of things you can get up to on these trains.
It's true. Now we should say just right off the bat, look, I've never been on a holiday train.
Me neither.
We really tried to get someone on here who could tell us more of a firsthand experience, and unfortunately we could not. But I've reported on holiday trains. I've put together the holiday train guide every year for the last 8 years. So I feel like I know them, even if I've not been on them.
You've got myself. the knowledge, enough knowledge to share.
Yes, exactly. So while we may not be able to offer a firsthand experience, I sure can tell you a lot about where they are, what they are, how much they cost, all that fun stuff. But I think, first of all, let's how are we feeling about holiday trains? I mean, they're fun. Are they kind of cringe?
Honestly, I don't think it's cringe. I think it sounds fun. I would ride a holiday train. I think maybe need to hear which one's the right one for me, if they're, too childish, or if what's the target audience, am I in it? That's what I'm here to find out. My
understanding is that the general target audience is families with young kids.
Gotcha.
So, that's the reason that I am a family with a young child now. Of course, our daughter is too young still. I think she wouldn't really get it or understand it, and it might be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
But at a certain age, we're gonna hit a point when I'm gonna have to be like, okay, is this year we do a holiday train?
It's time for the holiday trains.
It could be as soon as next year, which is crazy. But I think generally speaking, I have not done it because, it seems like a family thing.
Yeah.
A thing you do with little kids.
And that's fair. But feels like you could also enjoy it as an adult.
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah. So, let's talk about them. Okay. Let's get into the holiday trains because there are a lot of them to choose from in this area. Obviously, we're in the American West. There's a lot of railroads out here and a lot of historic railroads that don't have a lot of use anymore, except for these sort of there's a lot of these historic railroad companies, and they have these various train rides throughout the year. So they might do a fall colors train ride, or a springtime one, like an Easter one maybe. And then every winter, every fall, we get into these holiday trains. I do think this is where they make their money.
Has to be.
It has to, because these, again, every time I write about these, people are hungry for it. Every time I talk to someone about a holiday train, they're like, "Ooh, a holiday train." There's something about those words that just people get really into it.
Sleeper agent.
Yeah.
Trigger word.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So when we're talking about holiday trains, there are, of course, the Polar Express holiday trains. Kiara, were you a Polar Express kid?
I kind of was.
Okay.
I did love the Polar Express. That's always going to hit that nostalgia for me.
I don't know much at all about the story of the Polar Express. Can you, in a nutshell, tell us what is the Polar Express?
Well, it's this train that picks up children on Christmas Eve. weird start.
Yeah.
But it takes them to the North Pole, and they go and, meet Santa, and they get to experience all of what this little like North Pole city has to offer. And we follow this one kid that isn't sure if he believes in Santa Claus anymore. He's like, he's getting to this age of like, I don't know, I don't know what's real. I don't know what the gist is here. So you're kind of in on this magic experience, and of course Santa's there. So it's just a kind of like fun time. It's very like adventure. There's a lot of excitement, and there's a lot of fun on the train. The train is like this very special part of the story that you're on it for like most of this movie. So it's a really sweet story though.
So it was a book, and then they made it a film, I want to say starring CGI Tom Hanks.
Yeah, CGI Tom Hanks in like almost every role.
Oh, he played multiple roles.
He played almost every role.
He did like
he was
a
the
Mike
child.
Myers.
He was like Santa Claus.
Huh.
He was like this other strange man on the train. He he just kind of did every single role. I don't know how he did that, but that's a strange fact about the movie. Yeah, is that Tom Hanks is the star of everything.
Well, it seems like maybe give some work to some other actors. But,
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Go off, Tom Hanks.
If you've got the talent for it. I mean.
Okay, well, so Polar Express, this beloved story, this beloved holiday book and movie, has become this sort of like beloved interactive train ride experience. So there are 2 railroads that do Polar Express trains in the winter now. And from what I understand, it is sort of like the idea is to sort of recreate some of what that experience is in the book. They like read the book to you. They have Santa's there, obviously. I want to say there's like a point like where you can like sort of see Santa outside of the train, but then Santa's inside the train. So there's like a lot of that going on. So the 2 railroads, you have Mount Hood Railroad, which is obviously one of like the more, it's I think one of the more popular historic railroads. It's on Mount Hood. It's beautiful scenery. That runs from November 21st to January 3rd. So a good run really for the whole holiday season. I think these Polar Express rides are among the more expensive ones. I think maybe because they have to buy rights to the Polar Express. I don't know. For reasons I don't fully understand, these are the more expensive rides. So that this Mount Hood Railroad Polar Express ride is going to run you $59 to $109 per adult, and $49 to $99 per kid. So if you got a family of 4, you're looking at paying $400 plus potentially to do this, which makes it one of the more expensive holiday excursions.
But if they're really taking you through this journey, especially like there's a very pivotal scene with hot chocolate.
Oh, wow.
If they're really taking you through that story, you're getting the hot chocolate, you're meeting Santa, and you've got like some Polar Express fans in the family, I feel like this could be like kind of like that once in a lifetime opportunity to relive it. So not to like, blow smoke, but it seems like if you're getting that full experience, it could definitely be like worth that higher price tag for big fans, especially.
It seems like you should do this. It kind of seems like you should do a Polar Express train ride.
Just me alone in
I mean,
meeting Santa Claus? That sounds really great, actually. Maybe I'll have to. I'll have to find somebody to take me.
There you go. Well, the other train ride that does this is the Chehalis-Centralia Railroad. That is in Southwest Washington. They also do a Polar Express train ride. So, like we said, you get sort of like, there's singing, and they're singing chefs and treats. I don't get the reference. Is a singing chef an element of the story?
Well, there's a singing hot chocolate peddler, but
okay,
that might be what they're referring to, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So the Mount Hood Railroad Polar Express train's 90 minutes departs from Hood River. The Chehalis-Centralia one is an hour long. That one has some first class seating, etc. So there's a bunch of ways to do like the Polar Express experience, and it sounds like Kiara, this is like your once in a lifetime experience. You're really getting something special out of this.
Yeah, this sounds like a really cool experience, especially for for kids that are in that age bracket,
Mm-hmm.
being able to meet Santa, get treats, ride a train. So I think it could be worth it if that's what you're looking for.
Okay. Well, okay. So that's if you're not a Polar Express person. If I mean you like me have literally never read or heard or seen the movie or anything.
Crazy.
I don't know what to tell you. We didn't have that book growing up. There are a lot of other holiday train rides, obviously. So if you're in Portland, which a lot of people are, we have here the train is just called the Holiday Express. So this is the Oregon Rail Heritage Center in Southeast Portland. They run this. It's a 45-minute ride, so a little bit of a shorter ride. But you're on the train. It's like this one of the historic trains. It's decked out with lights. It takes you along the Willamette River. I want to say past the wetlands over there in Southeast Portland. It's really great scenery to see. Santa's obviously on board for photo ops. There's going to be hot chocolate, coffee, tea, cider, cookies, the whole 9 yards. This one runs basically Thanksgiving to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit less expensive. We're talking like $34 for adults, $25 for kids, and they have like a special like a pack for a family of 4 that's $105. So again, that's like a quarter of the price we're talking for the Polar Express. So
Yeah.
if money is an issue, there are options here.
Yeah. It sounds like this one is a really great option for just getting like a shorter ride in too, not having to lock in for so long or get all the bells and whistles of the Polar Express trains.
Yeah, it's in Portland. So if you like live in the Portland area, it's convenient, it's shorter. You can really get your holiday train experience kind of more compacted. And you can probably see, Peacock Lane on your way home.
Oh, yeah. Make it a little experience.
Exactly. Of course, if you do want to take more of a trip, make more of an experience, on the Oregon coast, there's the Candy Cane Express. The Candy Cane Express is the sort of holiday version of the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad. So they're another one that does like these different train rides throughout the year. But in the holidays times, they do the Candy Cane Express. So this is a 1-hour train that runs from Garibaldi to Rockaway Beach and back.
So are you just going up?
Yeah, you're just going like,
down?
Yep, exactly. It's just sort of like an out and back train ride. You get your hot chocolate, you get your cookies. The train is decorated with lights for evening rides, which is pretty cool. And an interesting thing here with this one, they have indoor and outdoor seating. Outdoor seating is covered, but if you get like, rain blowing sideways, that doesn't make a lot of difference. But the outdoor seating is, for obvious reasons, discounted. So,
Nice.
there are levels to this, right? Where you can find, less expensive variations. So, we're talking, more in the range of, for indoor seating, $33 to $49 per adult and $23 to $39 for kids. So that's sort of the outdoor to indoor seating range, right? So this is, again, I think one of the more affordable of the sort of major holiday train rides.
Right. And being on the coast, I'm sure you get pretty solid views out there too.
Yeah, definitely.
So for a lot of these trains, are you going like during the daytime, or are there like different time options that you're hitting them up?
There's definitely time options. And I mean, there's only so much daylight, right? I mean, there are, from my understanding, there are daytime rides and there are nighttime rides. And I would guess the nighttime rides are the popular ones. Because you have, well, I mean, I guess there's different things,
depends.
Right? During the daytime, you get the scenery, right?
That's what I was thinking.
But at nighttime, you get all the lights. So, interesting.
Wonder what's more popular. You could choose your own adventure here.
Yeah. I would guess that the day is the biggest driver in popularity, right?
Yeah.
So you're like Christmas Eve are probably pretty popular, or like once you get into that Christmas vacation time are probably pretty big. Thanksgiving weekend, I would bet is pretty popular. So, I don't know. It's a good question though. If you're looking for the scenery, you got to make sure to get one during the day.
I feel like that's the direction I would take for sure. What about you?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, if I want scenery on a train, I could just do a springtime train ride.
Okay.
Or a fall color train ride.
You don't get me.
Because for me, it's like, the festive, the lights and the whole thing,
Are
right?
you going through lighted areas the whole time?
I mean, but like the train has lights on it, right?
But you're in the train.
Right, but like we're like talking past each other about this, I feel like. That's fine. Let's move on. So those are kind of like your the Portland one and the coast one, kind of your big non-holiday, your non-polar express train rides.
Mm-hmm.
There are a ton of small town trains. So these are more of your places that are like, these are going to be much more affordable, a little bit more remote, and probably offering a little bit less of, the song and dance of it all, perhaps literally. So just moving through these few here, we have the, God help me if I pronounce this wrong, the Chalachi Prairie Railroad in northern Clark County, Washington, has its Christmas train rides running along the Lewis River from its station in Yacolt. And again, we're talking like, you get some cider, get some cocoa, get some hot coffee. Santa's obviously going to be there handing out gifts. That's the way it is. But we're talking $22 for adults, $16 for kids, easy, right? Pretty small. If you're like, especially if you're in like that North Clark County area, you're visiting family up there, or you just want something that's out of the way, it's a great option. The Sumter Valley Railroad in Eastern Oregon. I mean, we're talking we've been talking, Portland, the coast, Willamette Valley, South Washington, but Sumter Valley is out there.
Yeah.
But they do Christmas trains on one weekend only out there that sort of give you this more of your high desert view, right? Your high desert Eastern Oregon view. The Sumter Valley Christmas trains give you, again, a visit with Santa at the Sumter Station, and they have like a little Christmas bazaar. I think that's a nice touch for this one.
That is.
The train takes you to a Christmas bazaar where you get like, free coffee and cocoa and tea, and then takes you back. So it's like a 10-mile train ride, but it's a 2.5-hour experience. And I love this about the Sumter Valley Railroad. It's really like, let's make a whole thing of it.
Yeah, it seems more of like a whole activity versus like a 1 hour long ride. You get to really get into the holiday spirit and do your Christmas shopping too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
There's also a lot of places to do that in Portland too.
Sure,
we have a whole guide as to where to buy. To buy your Christmas market gifts.
We sure do. And then the last small town one is a Santiam excursion train. This one's a little interesting here because the Santiam excursion trains, which run between Lebanon and Sweet Home, they do all kinds of rides throughout the year. So they have like a bunch of regular train rides, like a brunch train and a dinner train, a wine tasting train. They have like a 21 plus, like no kids allowed adults train ride. But they also do these holiday trains, where you get, you guessed it, cocoa, candy canes, a visit from Santa, Mr. and Mrs. Claus there.
Nice. I love the pairing.
I love when we get Mrs. Claus in the mix.
Yeah, she's also a good time. Can't forget about her, making it happen behind the scenes.
Enough of this Mrs. Claus erasure. We got to have her in the mix here.
Love that.
And again, these are like, again, some more affordable, $29 for adults, $24 for kids. So, again, these still are going to cost you, if you have a family of 4, $100 plus for a lot of these train rides. But as you said, Kiara, I mean, these are really cool experiences. If you have a kid who likes trains, especially, oh my God, if you have a kid who likes trains or a grandpa who likes trains,
yep,
they're going to remember this for their entire lives. And that's really cool.
Priceless.
So there's something about, what is it about trains?
I honestly don't know. And see, I wasn't a train kid, but I certainly knew a couple train kids. My brother was more of a car kid, but I can kind of see the appeal, I think it's also like a nostalgia thing, especially for like the generation that grew up with Thomas the Tank Engine. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a little connection.
Generation?
I feel like it was also my generation.
What? Oh, Thomas Tank Engine is still rolling.
It was still going when I was a kid. Maybe it was all the reruns. I don't know. But I feel like that nostalgia factor, also like trains are pretty cool. I can objectively say, as a non-train person, I think they're kind of fun. They have some cool mechanical aspects to them that are interesting, and learning about them and being on one. And there's a lot of cool things. There's a lot of things to love about trains.
it's a certain vibe, a train.
Je ne sais quoi.
And I think having like a baby, I'm trying to imagine what it is from like a small child's perspective, but there's like something about it being on a track that is like really, I don't know, there's something about that. The idea of like a big car on a track that is it just, I don't know, it touches a certain something. I don't know. I can't really quite explain it.
Need to get into our child minds a little bit more.
It's true.
Think about it.
Okay. I'll report back. Well, so holiday trains, that is the full report on holiday trains in Oregon and Southwest Washington. Kiara, you've heard them all. What do you think? What do you feel about these trains?
I feel like there's an option for everybody. Sounds super fun. Mm-hmm. I think if I'm blowing out, I want to hit the Mount Hood Railroad for sure.
Yeah.
If I am just full sending it, I want people to sing while they're feeding me hot chocolate. That sounds like the option. I think definitely more of an affordable one. The Coast one, Candy Cane, sounds really pretty, like for just like a scenic during the daytime type of vibe. That one's enticing me personally. But, and you know, it's a little more affordable, a little more reasonable. I mean, I just want to meet Santa, truly. I feel like that's the draw for me. So we'll see. What are you thinking?
See, for me, the Portland train piques my interest.
Which
the Holiday Express in Portland.
Yeah.
It's I like the idea of just being able to like I can take the bus to the train. You know what I mean? Like there's the bus stop right there outside of the historic railroad. So like I love the idea of just like hopping on the bus outside my house, going down, taking a holiday train and coming back. Like, I mean, maybe as like a city kid, there's something appealing about like the accessibility of it.
It's true.
You know, while still getting some of that like holiday festivity in. So I'm drawn to that. I mean, I feel like most likely that would be the one that I would take our daughter on is the Holiday Express in Portland. Maybe a trip to the coast. I mean, I love a trip to the coast. It's just more of a whole thing.
Yeah, you'd have to combine it with some other interesting stuff out there.
Probably have to stay on the coast.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's a lot of driving for a day.
Yeah.
Especially if you have kids. So but as you said, something for everybody here. And I think, you know, it's just, to me, I'm just fascinated that there is enough of a demand here for holiday trains.
To have so many. Yeah.
It's crazy. So
it's so strange that neither of us have done this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we have to.
Now that we're talking about it.
Now that we've talked about it, we have to do it. All right, well, let's get on it. Yeah.
Next year we'll have the POV to share.
That's right. Exactly. Well, folks, that will do it for us for today. Until next time, you can watch our videos on the Oregonians YouTube channel and view all of our travel and outdoors coverage on OregonLive.com/travel, as well as hereisoregon.com.
Please leave us a rating or review if you enjoy the show, and if you want to support this podcast as well as our local journalism, please consider a subscription to Oregon Live. You can find the details at OregonLive.com/subscribe. Also, if you're a fan of the show and you're interested in potentially sponsoring it, you can get in touch with our marketing people at advertise@oregonian.com. This episode of the show is produced by me alongside Jamie Hale, Teresa Mahoney, and Vicky Connor.
Stay safe and happy travels, everyone. Until next time, we leave you with this 10 seconds of Zen.